Please step aside. It's our time. Manos en el aire. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. You heard some noise. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Now hear me out. Yo, check it out, y'all. It's the Kid Stranger repping El Imperio Records, El Imperio TV, and this is where hip hop has no borders. Tonight's episode, we got episode 11. The homie from Rockford, Illinois, is repping 2 Real TV, So Real Records. The homie has a a lot of records that I came across. One of the dope music videos that I came across is titled CINCO de MAYO, featuring the homie HEREF. You know, shout out to the homie. And, you know, I want to introduce to y'all Vanquish Soreal. What's going on, man?
Chillin'. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great. We got here another episode. We starting off with season 2. You know, and you know, why not start it off with, you know, So Real TV, So Real Records, 2 Real TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna let you take the stage and you know, introduce yourself, bro.
All right, so I go by Vanquish or Vanquish Soreal. That's on all platforms. I got a channel, 2 Real TV, where I do reactions and we're starting a podcast coming out soon, hopefully around March. Called 2 Real for Your Podcast, and then I got a couple things coming out, got a couple performances coming out. But I'm originally from Cali. I was born in Cali, but I didn't live there that long, so I don't really like be throwing it out there like that. But
okay.
I was in Cali, you know, also from Guanajuato, and then I came here to Belvedere technically now. But yeah.
Dope. Oh, so okay. So you're living in Belvedere?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you know, for those that have tuned in, you know, y'all might know that I'm, you know, fairly new to Rockford, and I've been connecting with a lot of dope talent out here. You know, we started off with the podcast, you know, back home in New York, but since I've been out here, I've been connecting with a lot of dope talent that definitely should be recognized, you know, and Vanquish is one of the young fellas that I came across. Also, when I first touched down here, and let's talk about your music video of Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. Let's talk about like how did that whole record come about?
Well, that came out like first of all, shout out to Manny Salgado, because he's the one that he threw the Cinco de Mayo event, and he's the one that gave me the opportunity to do the podcast there. He let me do a lot of the music video there, and he didn't charge me anything for any of that. And he actually paid. He liked the song so much, he invested in it for me to go record it with Rock Royal, which is Jay-Z.
Dope. Yeah.
So basically, I was hitting him up because I wanted to be a vendor. I wanted to do a podcast there and like interview his vendors and stuff, and like just interview people that liked the Lowrider show and like wanted to talk.
Yeah.
And I called him with the idea because his wife worked at where I used to work at Frito-Lay.
Okay.
And so I ended up talking to him. He liked the idea, and then I told him I made music, and I had a little snippet of Cinco de Mayo, which was like really a rough draft, like just recorded on my phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got something I could send to you, and then I sent it to him, and he's like, this is dope. He's like, I like this. He's like, get the beat, get a like if you want to get a feature, and then I'll pay for you guys to go record it.
What okay, so you let him hear a snippet, right? So like what part of the record was the snippet?
It was the hook.
The hook?
Yeah, so it was the Cinco de Mayo part, the part where the beat drops, that's where I had. Because that's all I had. Like normally when I write a track, I start with the hook. And if I can't get a catchy hook off the beat, normally I don't get the beat, I'll just move on to something else. Because to me, like the hook's the most important part. For most people, you know.
It has to be the catchy part, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of, it's like an element that makes a hit.
Yeah.
You know, that's dope. Definitely shout out to Manny, you know what I'm saying, for hooking it up and sponsoring basically to put the whole thing together. Right? Yeah, that's dope. For those that don't know, Manny, he organizes Chow Down, Tamale Fest, also dope events, you know what I'm saying? And he has a lot under his belt, you know what I'm saying? For those that are not familiar, you know, he's someone else that's definitely, you know, worth talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with your style, Vanquish, you know, off camera, we were kind of like talking briefly about like your style, right?
Yeah.
How would you describe, you know, Vanquish's style?
It's like I said, like so basically, I feel like I don't really, like I said, I don't really have a style. Like when I look for beats, I always look for trap beats because that's what like hits my ear, right? You know.
Yeah.
And or like LA beats, like the like
Yeah.
the old school ones, like YG beats or whatever.
Yeah.
But normally, like I was doing rap for a minute. Then I got introduced to some guy that did anime rap, and they basically put me onto that. I did one track, and everyone in like that community liked it a lot. It ended up being like one of my best like most played songs. So then some dude that was really big in that like his channel has like a million subscribers. He gets millions of views.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I want you to be on one of my ciphers. So I did a cipher for him, and that basically just started everything. And then so since then, I was doing just anime rap because it was getting views, and I like doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch it, so I like doing it. But then, like I said, I can't really perform that out like for the public if they don't know what it's about.
Yeah.
So that's when CINCO de Mayo came around because he wanted me to perform something, and I'm like, let me do something else.
So for the people that are not in tune with anime rap, right? Let's share with the people a little bit as to like what anime rap consists of.
Okay, so anime rap is basically you get a show, like let's say, the most known one is Dragon Ball Z. You get a Dragon Ball Z, so you get the show, and you write your track, like if it's a trap track, you write it so that if anyone hears it that doesn't know Dragon Ball Z, they'll just hear it and think that it's like a street track, like some bars, and they can understand it and stuff. Yeah. But the people that know the show are gonna get the doubles. They're gonna know that you're actually talking about the show, like just by the references and the doubles and stuff. And then the music video is called an AMV, which stands for animated music video. Those get edited by like really talented people, and those are custom. And then that goes along with the music, and it basically, for the people that don't know, that it if they don't know what the reference is, it shows you what the reference is because they're putting it on there,
Yeah, I noticed that. It shows like different clips, but is it like different clips to like different like anime shows or something, and then it's all pieced together where it kind of makes sense for that story? Or?
Yeah, normally like I said, if it's one show, it'll be different clips of that same show. It just might be like different seasons, and it'll jump around to make sense with the song. So that way the bars match the clips.
That's hella sophisticated.
Yeah, and that's how they do it. And they, I mean, it was pretty good because like you do a track, you do the video, like it might be $250 for them to edit it, right? But if you think about a real music video, you got to get a fit. You got to get, if you get models, you got to get models. You got to get a cameraman. You got to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So not only was I getting more views doing this, like if I did like a track, like a regular hip hop track, and did a music video to it, it might get like 1,000, 2,000 views, 3,000 views.
Yeah.
And if I did an anime one, it would like I think the first one I did got right away to 80,000 views right away. And then, it was just a big difference because like the anime tracks promote themselves, because if someone likes the show, they look it up and they automatically see it and they want to click on it, compared to like you make a song called Around My Block, they're not gonna look up Around My Block, they're gonna look up the anime.
Wow. Yeah,
so there's marketing
crazy.
in it too,
Yeah. No, that's dope, man. That's definitely a whole other scene there that I'm definitely not familiar with. You know what I'm saying? But to hear about it, that's hella dope. So then with Cinco de Mayo, they wanted, or Manny wanted you to perform a track at his Cinco de Mayo event.
Yeah.
And you just needed the right record to perform for the event, so that's how Cinco de Mayo came about?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay, so then when you had the beat, right?
Mm.
You found the beat, and was the beat already titled Cinco de Mayo, or you, like, how did the beat come about? You know what I'm
saying? So I looked up, so a lot of the beats I like are, I forget the producer's name, but if you look up Latino Latin trap type beat.
Yeah.
It's like one of the first ones that pop up. I forget his name though, but anyway, so the song, it wasn't called Cinco de Mayo. It was like a picture of a lowrider, and it had it was named something about like some Mexico thing.
Okay.
But when I heard the beat and I heard like the intro, the guitar and all that stuff, I was like, yeah, this is the one. So I kind of like mumbled a hook real quick with Cinco de Mayo, and then I wrote something down real quick, and then recorded it, sent it over, and that was it.
That's dope. That's dope. And then the feature with Doc, how did that come about?
So I've always wanted to do kind of, I don't know if you ever seen the video with who was it? It's a Snoop Dogg track. It's called I think it's called Run or Mi Vatos, and it's like the Mexicans and them getting together at the end, and they're all united and shit.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do something like that.
Okay.
And when I thought of who I would do that with, I thought of Doc. Because Doc's been rapping for a long time, and I've always heard of him, and I've met him, but I never worked with him. So I hit him up, and I gave him the idea, and I sent him the snippet, and he liked it, and he's like, yeah, I'm down to do this. And then his girl's, I don't know if his girl's Mexican, I just know she's Hispanic.
Okay.
So she was like, when he was writing his stuff, she was like telling him, like, he was like, hey, is this word right? Is this word right? Because he speaks Spanish in it.
Yeah, I heard.
So
a couple, a word here and there in Spanish. Yeah, that's dope too.
So she helped him with like his pronunciation and stuff like that, I think. And but he wrote it all. So and we got that song done in like, I think it was like a month or less than a month, because from getting the beat to sending it to him, and then doing everything, it was like a month, I think.
Right. And so recorded it separately.
Oh no, we both went together.
Oh yeah, we're then. Okay, yeah. Dope. Hell yeah.
Because I wanted to go off his vibe, because you'll meet him when if you guys do a podcast.
Yeah.
Like he's got like when he's around, like his energy's always up here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I want to do it. I want to record it when he's there, you know.
Dope. And so then all right, so then yeah. He wrote his verse, and then the music video, right?
Yeah.
Was there anything like was like the lowrider purposely already there, or like, you know, like did the lowrider have to pull up to park there, or like?
Yeah. So basically, that was all thanks to Mark over there. He we were there. We shot a couple shots already. The ones where like you could see me, like two lowriders in the back.
Yeah.
Those were already shot, and those were there. And the dudes were cool with it. They were like, yeah, use my my lowrider.
Yeah.
But then like they were doing their jalapeno eating contest or something, and some dude was getting ready to leave, and he had like that brown lowrider.
Yeah.
On three wheels and stuff, and then so he was getting ready to leave, and Mark's like, hey, you busy? And he's like I was just getting ready to leave. He's like, oh, hey, can we use your car? And he's like, sure. He's like, he like moved people out the way to pull it up there. Then he lifted it up, and we got the shot like quick. We were like, all right, he's about to leave. Let's do this real quick.
That's dope. Nah, the video came out dope. Like the color correction to it, you know, the angles. Like I enjoyed the video. It was a dope video.
Yeah, he like when he showed me, he sent me a snippet first of just like the little intro with the guitar and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that looks nice, because I wasn't expecting it to be like color corrected like that, or like changed like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because it was it was like sunny day, it was all warm and stuff, and then but how he sent it, I thought it looked a lot better.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, it's definitely well put together. What's next for Vanquish? Like any new music or?
So I'm thinking, like I like the anime stuff, and like I said, it gets views and stuff. But I think I want to focus more on like just doing like rap, you know. I want to at least do like one full like serious like, you know, album. Yeah. And then because every time I release stuff, it's just singles. Like I
noticed you got a lot of singles.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. No, that's dope.
So I want to do like one full album where I like have some Rockford artists featured, and then just local people featured.
Yeah.
And then like really promote and really push it, and just like you know, do everything, do some dope music videos with hopefully Legend. Shout out Legend. He's the one that did Cinco de Mayo. And yeah, and that's where it's going. But the channel, I'm thinking about kind of mixing it in with like I want to keep it Vanquish, but I also want to do like a channel for like having guests or like other rappers come in, record their track, and then like posting it, and like I said, like basically getting a beat, they record it, and then we record a video and then put it up together and just like have it on the channel.
I meant to ask you, when you have recorded the record, did you capture like in studio footage?
I know he did a couple. I think he recorded a couple Snapchats, and so did I. But it was not like we should have done like a behind the scenes or something.
Yeah, honestly, I've always wanted to do behind the scenes, like for records that I put together, because especially like when you're creating the record, it's like when the magic all happens. You feel me? So then like you're writing the record, or like how, the moment you find the beat. You know what I'm saying? And we could be like, you just here chilling, whatever, vibing, and just random beats is playing. And then when you know that's the one, like to capture those reactions to everyone, like shit like that is hella dope to me. And then, damn, so that's definitely from an artist perspective, you know what I'm saying? I kind of put myself in those shoes. Like, that's why I wanted to ask you, like, is there, in studio footage?
Nah, I wish there was, because then we could have, even from like recording the music video and all that, if I would have had someone else recording like all the behind the scenes, we could have put it up as like the Cinco de Mayo behind the scenes and then caught all that. But I wasn't thinking of, I was in such a hurry to get it done because the event was coming up that I didn't even think about stuff like that. But now if I do an album, I'll have time to plan, prepare, and do everything right.
And how did the people react to you performing the record?
They liked it. Like a lot of people came up to us and got like our Instagrams or asked for the Spotify and all that stuff. And luckily, I uploaded it with like just in time for it to be on Spotify on the day of the event. So when people were asking, they could look it up and just get it right away.
The day of, right there. Yeah, that's dope. That was good timing then.
And honestly, like everyone liked it, and everyone said it was dope. And then, like even people were hitting me up afterwards. But where it got like a lot of views that I didn't think it was gonna get, or a lot of people using it, was on TikTok. Like the sound popped up for Cinco de Mayo, and then so when I looked it up, there was like, I think within the first week there was like 120 videos of people using the sound for Cinco de Mayo, and they would just be out in lowriders, or they'd be out like at a taqueros stand, or doing whatever.
That's fire.
And I was like, oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah. So what like your record would play?
Yeah, because when you upload it to Spotify, like it shows up on TikTok. So if they look up your stuff. Like one of my anime ones called Kakashi, is like my most viewed and also the most used on TikTok. Like there's like over, I think like 6,000 or something. People just like dressing up as the dude, or people like lifting weights to the song or whatever,
That's fire, bro. Hell yeah, that's fire. So you said you wanted to do like a serious rap album. So then does that mean that you'll just like stop doing anime rap, like, or you're just gonna kind of like?
I'll probably slow down on it. I have 3 ciphers I haven't released that are anime rap. I might just drop those just to like drop them and promote them and that. But I'll probably slow down on anime rap, even though that's the thing that like has been kind of like getting me my subscribers and all that stuff,
Yeah, that was gonna be my next thing too. Like why stop that if you've seen that's kind of what generates more.
It's like a mixed feeling, because it's like, if I drop an anime rap, it gets more views than the regular stuff, and like it blows up faster and more. But at the same time, when I go perform at, like, let's say I do Vinny's show, it doesn't do as well performing. And also when you tell people like, oh yeah, let's get on a track, and they're like, can you show me some of your music, and I send them an anime track, automatically that gets like looked at like, oh, like you're not taking it serious, or like I don't fuck with this, Compared to like if before Cinco de Mayo, that's all I had to show people, because my last like real music video was like 7-8 years ago. So now that I have Cinco de Mayo, I'll send them Cinco de Mayo, and they're like, oh yeah, this work. And then once they start looking at the catalog and seeing the anime stuff, they get like confused a little bit,
So okay, so now that we're like kind of getting to this kind of like, it brought this to my mind. so we're talking about like catalog and like records that you have, right?
Mm.
So now like why like okay, so why is it that like, for example, so many artists out here in Rockford and like, you know, all around, you know, that rap and dope raps, you know what I'm saying, dope records. Why doesn't everyone come together to put records out like as collaborations?
Honestly,
Do you think that's something that can be kind of like switched around, like, because I mean, it's a different, we're in a different you know, time, you know, a different time, you know what I'm saying, like it's a different time, like I feel like everyone is kind of seeing already a lot of the bad, and like maybe, you know, like why not promote positivity, you know what I'm saying. I kind of feel like if people were to come together and put records out, the network could actually be bigger.
yeah, and you're right, and it can. It's because, you know, a lot, like, it's like a lot of people have the mindset like, if I have my fans, and if they get my fans, then I lose my fans. But that's not how it works, you know.
Nah,
I've never heard a Lil Wayne. I started listening to Lil Wayne, and when I became a J. Cole fan, I didn't like stop listening to Lil Wayne.
right.
You can listen to multiple things, and
Yeah.
some people don't understand that, and also some people just don't want to see someone be better than them or bigger than them. Instead of
Yeah.
supporting them, they're just like, well, if you're gonna like, I'm just not gonna, you know, fuck with you, basically.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna just kind of like speak it into existence. You know, let's see more collaborations. You know,
Mhm.
let's see more dope talents come together and like build a bigger network. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, my fans could be your fans, and your fans could be my fans. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Then we have
Yeah.
a whole fucking room of fans. You know what I'm saying? And we're able to put on dope shows. You know.
Yeah.
Let's kind of like, you know, promote that for a minute, you know, out here. I mean, I've came across a lot of dope talent, you know, a lot of dope people that I just, you know, genuinely can say I can respect, you know, for the talent that they bring. Yeah, I think that's definitely something I'd like to see, you know what I'm saying? You know, I think you guys really put together a dope record, you and Doc. That was a good collab. I think the beat, you know, your flow, your verse was dope, and I think so was his. And you know, the event, like kind of just the whole concept, everything kind of tied in really well. Which, you know, records like that are records that you're able to see that are well thought out. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely salute to both of y'all, you know,
Thank
for
you.
putting that together.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And as far as like this serious rap album, right? Who would you say that you would want to collab with on this rap album?
Let's see. I would definitely bring back Doc, cause he's just like, he's always been like, I've never heard a bad verse from him. So Doc, I would say it's a rapper from Beloit. Her name's Crown Vic. And then who else would I put? I'd put Legend in there, but he doesn't rap. He just does. He used to rap with Doc a lot, and he just like now he wants to just do videos. So, but he was fire. Like his music was really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But there's those two.
Any chance of bringing them out of retirement? Or?
I tried.
Nah.
So I had this cipher that I wanted to do as an 815 cipher for like Rockford, you know, to promote Rockford artists and Belvedere, because technically, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was putting it together and I had 12 artists, and that's one thing I realized about the difference between local artists and like the artists I work with for the anime stuff is that the anime rappers, they're from everywhere. They're from I worked with like people from the UK all the way to like some from Korea, all the way to like Mexico and shit like that. And like when we put together a cipher, we'll send out the beat. Within like 2-3 weeks, we got the verses, and then they send me the raw stems, and then we mix it together, put the video on it, and release it. Well, when I put together the Rockford one, like I got the right away from them. You could tell like the people that were serious got it done right away. It was Doc, Denisha, Crown Vic, and then and I have my verse done.
Yeah.
So there's 4 people, but everyone else was like, you know, hey, I'll try to get it to you. I'll try to get it to you. Well, I can't show up this day. I get this and that.
Yeah.
And then over time, I just like then I started running into stuff where I was moving. I had some other stuff come up, and like I started just dragging it out. It's been a couple months. It's been like over 8 months, I think now, and I'm still gonna drop it, but it's only gonna be like 4 or 5 artists. But like that kind of shows me like
who's serious about their craft.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
maybe they think it's gonna flop, so they're not trying, and they're like, oh, it's not gonna do anything anyways. But that's one of the reasons I wanna do it is because they don't know, like I know a lot about promotion and then about how to market stuff on YouTube specifically because I like the algorithm. Doing the anime rap taught me a lot about the algorithms.
Yeah.
And I want to put it out, and I want it to do really well, so that way everyone could be like, oh shit, I should have been on that, you know.
Wow.
That's what I want. And then it's not saying like you can never be on it. It's saying I want you to see that it's gonna do good, so that way on the next one you'll be like reach out and be like, hey, I'm serious about it. I want to be on it. You know?
Yeah. Nah, that's dope.
Like I'm never gonna close the door on anybody. I just want people to be more like on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, that's hella dope too. So, yeah. Nah. Yeah. I mean, whenever that comes out, whenever you know, I want to hear that. That sounds. That sounds like and any is it gonna be like a local producer that makes the beat or is it?
So the producer was the guy that I get for most of my stuff because he gives me a really good price and he does good work and I get exclusives from him.
Yeah.
And the person that engineered it is Jay-Z from Rock Royal.
Rock Royal. Okay.
So they all 3 of them I got them to go record it there, and then I still got to record mine. It's done, but I got to go record it. I was just waiting to see who else was going to be on it because mine's going to be either the first or last verse. So, and then Legend said he was down to do the video for it, so it should be a pretty good video. Then.
Fire, dope. So, like, okay, so like, who would you say are like the top tier MCs from here, from Rockford?
Like a top 5 type thing?
Yeah. Without really calling it the top 5, I'm just kind of curious about like okay, let's say we have like the top tier artists from here, Rockford, right? Has there ever been like a promoter that organizes an event where they have top tier artists from like local artists from here, from Rockford?
So as far as I know, like I was out of the Rockford game for a little bit when I was doing all the anime stuff, but since I've been back, I haven't seen that. Like to me, it seems like it's first come first serve. A lot of the events are like, hey, I'm throwing this event. Who wants to be in it? And then they get DMs, and then it's like first come first serve. You know.
Yeah.
I know. Like a lot of people have stuff to say maybe about Lil Lizzy. I don't know if you've heard of her.
I've heard of the name and I've seen, yeah. I mean, but I don't know her personally.
She does this event called Sadfest, and
right.
She has. I'm actually gonna. I don't know if I think I'm allowed to say this because I think I'm on the flyer or something. But I'm on the next one.
Okay.
But from what I've seen, her like the people she's got on hers normally are like pretty, like decent.
Okay.
So it's like it's not just random people. She's actually like planning it out or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
and how long are the sets? Do you know, like
for the Sadfest one?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. She hasn't told me. I'm gonna assume it's like 10 to 15 minutes. The one I'm doing with Vinny,
yeah,
that one's, I think he said 20 or 25 or something like that, which I'm not gonna need. Like I think even if he gives me 25, I'm only gonna do the 10 or whatever, because how I edit my sets is like it's like a hook, the verse, maybe the hook again if it's catchy, and or I just skip it completely and just cut it to the next track. And I keep it moving.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed that a lot of times if you do the whole track, people just get like, by the third verse, third hook, they're like, all right, like when's the next song coming? And if your set's too long, then they end up being like, So I just want to give them this is me, this is my music. If you fuck with it in these 10 minutes, you're gonna like the rest of it. I don't need to give you like all of it right now.
Right. Like a quick like a snippet almost.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I
Word.
like doing it.
Word. Yeah, nah, I think like maybe like if there was like a promoter that put together events like that where I don't know, maybe like a monthly thing. I mean, this is just me thinking out loud too. You know what I'm saying? Like if promoter put together like maybe like a monthly thing of just I don't know like top tier artists that maybe for like the past 3 months or something like, and those that are really putting in work, kind of give them a platform to perform.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be something dope to see.
Mm.
More collaborations. A dope talent that I've came across. Lucci Bang. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No.
From Beloit, if I'm not mistaken, from Beloit, Wisconsin.
Okay.
The dude reminds me so much of like Young Jeezy.
Oh yeah.
He has this dude. I'm telling you, like catchy hooks, dope flows, dope verses. The production just really ties in very well with his not only like his tone of voice, but his creativity to the records.
Mm.
Like he's definitely a dope talent that I actually met him when I performed at Vinny Cruz show out Saturday.
Yeah.
He's a dude that like one of the dudes that I would personally put as one of those if there was like a list of like top tier artists that he could put on the show too. You know what I'm saying? So like he's one of the dudes. I think where there's you have a lot of catalog too, and I get it. It doesn't tie in well to perform for like, I don't know, like because it's like anime rap. But I mean, it's a lot of catalog, and that shit counts for a lot too. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you would probably be able to get like a gig out in like Japan or something, right? Like.
I feel a lot of them, a lot of the big ones that do anime rap, they do that stuff. They go like to conventions in like Japan, like Korea, and then they like, or even like they have anime conventions like the one Comic-Con down in San Diego, stuff like that. They'll go and they'll perform there, and people like will fuck with it.
And you haven't thought about like kind of.
I've never, because normally like to do something like that, I feel like I need like a crew or at least like. Because if we're gonna, let's say we go to the Comic-Con one, like you'd want to have like kind of like a crew, like your DJ, all that stuff. And I just haven't thought of putting anything like that together. I mean, I would if like I knew people that were down for it.
Yeah.
But so far, it's just something I haven't thought of yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Too Real TV. Talk to us a little bit about that. Like what inspired you to put together the podcast?
So I've actually been wanting to do a podcast for a minute, and then I was a guest on one of the episodes for Live from 20th, which is Gustavo and Elias from 20th Sounds.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was a guest on their last one, and everything kind of like. That was like a good episode because everything like we all like meshed well together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we all vibed well. So after that, I was gonna start my own, and I told them, hey, I'm starting my own. I'm gonna put it on Too Real TV and this and that. And then they were just like, no, how about you just come be part of this, So I went over there and like we did all those episodes I told you about.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. But I've always wanted to do like a podcast. And not so much like just like kicking it, like you're chilling with your boys, drinking and shit, just kicking it, talking shit, talking about anything, That's the kind of podcast I want to do, and how we were doing it was a little bit more like interviewee, which is fine. I don't mind. I like those, but I want to do something a little different. And then now they're still doing Live from 20th, but they're putting it on 20 Sounds channel, and I'm gonna do mine, which is gonna be called Too Real for You podcast, Too Real for You, and I'm gonna put that one on Too Real TV, and then we're also doing another podcast eventually that's gonna be a little bit different, and I want to do like the kind of like you know the food stuff like you said. Like I wanna like I don't know take like a model.
Yeah.
And go down to like there's this place that makes like this dope ass food like with the pire ramen and stuff like that.
Okay.
And just like go and eat and rank it and rate it, you know, and just try the food and the reason I say models because obviously people like seeing that, you know what I mean? Like they don't want to see me eat food, but if I have a model next to me, they might watch the video. You know what I mean?
I get that, yeah.
So just something like that. I got a couple ideas, but I want to focus on getting this podcast going first and the album.
That'll be interesting to see too.
Yeah, I got a couple ideas for guests that I have already.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I don't think I've came across anyone like locally that does something like that. You know, I mean, unless like there is.
Like the podcast idea or the other one?
Like the food. That whole. Is there someone that?
I'm not sure because I know like Manny from Tamale Fest.
Yeah. He
has a channel called Manny's Food Minute or something, right?
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm butchering it, but you can find it on Instagram.
Yeah.
But
you're right. Yeah.
And he goes and he tries food and he does the reviews and stuff. And I want to do that, but I kind of want to do it more as like a ranking type thing, where like maybe every other day we go to like a taco spot and then we rank like the best tacos and make a tier list, or like we get like one day we sit down and we get like wings from a different place, try them all, and then rank them.
Yeah.
You know, shit like just stuff a little different, just because I feel like people like seeing ranking videos are like one of the most watched on YouTube. So like anytime you see like a top 5, top 10, top whatever, it automatically gets people are like, oh, what's this top 10? You know. And even if they don't agree, it's even better because then they comment and they comment their own list, which makes it be more engageful. And then YouTube sees that and they're like, oh, people are commenting on this, so it bumps it up even more, shows it to more people, which gets more hate, and then you know.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So there's a lot of things you can do, and I want to do them, but I want to do them right, and I want them to look good, you know.
That's crazy. Yeah. Nah. Definitely. And I'm kind of still like kind of back to the anime rap because I kind of see like, because you do have a lot of records like I also noticed that they're like ciphers, right? So it's like different artists that do anime rap that y'all just all spit on a record, right?
Yeah.
And have you ever thought about doing like a live cipher where they do you know, like when they did like the BET ciphers.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever thought about doing something like that? Like.
Yeah, I did. I did think of it because there's this anime convention that they do every year.
Yeah.
And it's called MPC, and all the anime rappers from like everywhere go there, you know. And we were one year we went with Mark and it was Jacob Cass, was one of my boys from that I do music with.
Yeah.
And we had a whole crew, and we were supposed to like before we went, like 2 months before, like write some stuff down so when we got together we could do the cipher like in live, you know.
Yeah.
But just stuff happened and we ended up not being able to do it, and we were gonna do it the next year. But then I didn't end up going that year because there was another convention I wanted to go to, and then just you know, stuff kept happening. But I think that's a good idea. That the problem with them is like a lot of them don't even show their face. That's how, like, they're an artist, they get millions of views, but no one has ever seen them. No one knows their real name. No one, like, they're like hidden behind like this like, you know, they don't like their little profile picture, which is normally a cartoon.
Like an anime from an anime?
Or something, okay. and or like a custom one of them, and like they don't like being seen or whatnot. But some of them do. Some of them are like actual like in the streets type people, and then they saw that it was like, oh damn, this is kind of the wave over here, so I'm gonna go join that. And you know, just because you're from the streets don't mean you don't watch anime. You know
yeah, I get that.
So they got into that, and they're actually doing pretty good because people are starting to like the more gangsta shit in anime rather than just like bars.
Word.
So,
nah, that's hella dope. I think I think with like your style, not just for the anime rap, but like I guess like your regular rapping style on I don't know like regular rap records. You know what I'm saying? I think I know a few people from New York that I think if y'all collab, y'all would make some fucking fire shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm one of those people that when I say I'm down to collab with anybody, like I'm actually down. Like
Yeah.
like if you were to send me something or he was to send me something or you want me to send something to them, I'll do it because I don't mind. Like I know every collab like I don't look at it as like a waste of time. You know what I mean? Like some people are like, oh, what if nothing comes out of this? But I'm like, I just like making music.
Yeah.
So I'll do it, and you know if we can gain some of each other's fans and get more views, then that's even better. You know.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nah, I'm gonna definitely reach out to them and then I'll link y'all so y'all could, you know, the same thing like for example with Doc, I know dudes in New York that you know I think if they mesh they make some fire shit too. You know what I'm saying? Couple other dudes out here that I've kind of noticed that I'm just like, you know like I don't know if you've ever had this feeling, but where you meet someone and then that person reminds you of someone else, like for example, okay, like so let's say for me, right, let's say you, right, I'll be like, oh, like damn, like yo, you remind me of this one dude that I knew and like, you know, kind of reflects the same style, you know what I'm saying, like same character, and then you never like
Felt that, yeah. There's a couple people, but sometimes it's like there's this dude, I forget his name, but he was doing he performed at an event when I went and performed for Sebastian. I forget what his rap name is, but I went to go perform, and there was a dude up there that he gave me like the same exact style of like not someone I knew, but he gave me like Polo G vibes, and then I was like, dude, that dude, if the right people heard him, like he would be big, you know.
You heard you ever heard of Angel IV?
Angel IV from Rockford?
From Beloit.
From Beloit, Angel IV. No, I don't think so.
Nah, you got it. His shit is fire too.
Yeah.
You know him. Let me see. Lud Ian. Have you heard of Lud Ian?
No.
He's from, I think, McChesney, if I'm not mistaken. Long story short, like I had them. I interviewed both of them, right? But separate episodes. But on Lud Ian's episode, Angel IV came through, right? And after that, we were playing some beats, and then we started freestyling and shit. Yo, like I witnessed Lud Ian come up with a hook on like just a random beat that played, you know what I'm saying? And we were just kind of vibing out. He started like kind of flowing, singing a hook.
Yeah.
And then Angel IV kind of like fucking started rapping some shit. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, yo, that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when certain records, like, you know, are created like that, like, that kind of feeling is like what I enjoy, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're in the studio and you vibing out, especially like me back home with the homies, putting records together like that, like, you know, that shit is a dope feeling. Yeah, you ever felt that? Like,
yeah, just where you're like writing, or you're trying to, you find the beat y'all mess with, and you're like vibing to it, and then it just all comes together. That's a good feeling. Yeah,
yeah.
Especially when back in the day, I used to have a studio in South Beloit, and we used to be there all the time. And my group was pretty big for So Real. It was I think I had like 9 or 10 artists, and like every weekend or whatever, like Fridays they'd come through and we'd just be there listening to beats and writing shit down, and then we had a lot of those moments there, and it was a dope vibe, and just like that's one of the things I miss working like that, because like I said, with anime rap you're working with people from across the country, or like just random places. So you never meet, you never really talk. You just kind of, you talk like through like Discord and stuff, but you record your stuff and send it over and never really actually work with them, you know.
Right.
But that's one of the things I do miss is working with other people like together to do a track together and like feed off each other's energy, like vibes and shit.
Yeah, like sit down and everyone writing type of shit,
Yeah.
right? Like everyone spitting their verse as you have the first 4 bars,
Yeah.
right? Like
Because that's how it was back in the day. Like you put on a beat and then everyone had their little notebook and shit, and you'd like be writing shit down, and like someone would struggle, and they'd be like, hey, what do you got? What do you got?
Yeah, or they'll be like, yo, like you know what, like what's another word for, you know, you're trying to say this, but what's a different word?
Yeah.
And then everyone's trying to pitch in, like,
Yeah.
and then you got the one homie that's trying to switch your whole bar, and you're just like, nah, that's just this one fucking word, you know? It's like, yeah, nah, I've definitely felt that shit. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. So you got the serious rap album in the works, right?
Yep.
You got Too Real TV, and you got So Real Records,
Right.
right? Who's a part of So Real Records now?
It's just me.
Just you?
Like I've had people that, like I said, like I had a group of 10, right, and then that group came down to like a group of 5 that I really fucked with, and that's when I moved the studio from South Beloit to Rockford. But then like I was because we built the studio in South Beloit from scratch. Basically, it was a tattoo shop.
Okay.
So we got it. We knocked down the walls, built a room like out of like from like just built it.
Yeah.
And then it was a pretty big building and stuff. So we had to put a lot of money into it, carpet, everything.
Yeah.
So I invested a lot of money into that. It was me and another dude that we were like partners.
Yeah.
And then when me and him kind of fell off because he wanted to go a different way and I wanted to do something else. So we're like, this ain't working. I'm going to go get my own studio in Rockford. So then I moved it in the Regency building across from Peak Fitness. And that was cool, but I had to start from scratch again. So then I invested a bunch of money into that. I started investing into the artists. And some of the artists took it really serious and some of them would just go there and just to chill. And like at the time I was like cool with it because I'm like, whatever, they're my boys, whatever.
Yeah.
And even then it's still fine, like, because I mean you can't like I can't be like it doesn't work like, oh hey, from like 7 to 9 I need you to write a track because you're not always in the mood for it,
Yeah.
You got to be in the zone type thing.
Yeah.
So I was just like letting them do whatever, but then like 2 months went by and I was paying all these bills, like doing upgrades and doing all this stuff, and I was like, man, I'm investing all this money and time into other artists when I could be investing into myself.
Right.
And then that was right before the anime stuff, so I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I ended up getting out of that building, and I moved everything into like my crib, and then I just started recording myself, and then that's when the anime thing happened. I did one track, and the rest was that, But right now it's just me. I don't know if I'll get some like other people. Maybe if I start getting like extra help, like you said, like doing everything by yourself is kind of hard.
Yeah, for sure.
So if I start getting like help where there's like someone that's like, hey, I'll engineer for your crew, or I'll do whatever, then maybe I'll get like more people. Because I know a couple people I'd like to get in there and and do shit with, but for right now I'll just collab.
Word. And what got you into the anime rap?
Basically, cause I watch it, like I'll be watching it. I watch a lot of TV shows and stuff, like just, regular stuff, like on Netflix and whatnot. Yeah. But I watch it a lot, and then, how did I get into it, man? I think there was a contest. There was a guy, one of the anime guys was holding a contest, and it was just on YouTube. It wasn't an anime contest, it was just a rap contest. And, he's like, whoever wins gets to be on my album, and he had like a shitload of followers. So I'm like, all right, let me try it. And then I recorded it, and he streamed it live on Twitch, and I was watching, and like he was reacting to everyone's music. And when I got to my part, he's an anime rapper, so a lot of people were commenting and were like, damn, this dude's a rapper. A lot of people were like, oh, this dude's a rapper I lost, or like, oh damn, like he's actually rapping, like, like so like. So they were all like hyping it up, and he liked it too, and he was like, damn, this shit's good. He's like, He's like, this is good. And then so I made it to I think it was like top 2, and then it was between me and some other dude, and the other dude's verse was fire too. Like his was like good as fuck because he had some funny shit on there. He ended up picking him, but a lot of people from all his fans like reached out and were like, hey, like do you have a Twitter? And I didn't have a Twitter at the time, so I made one. And then that's where they all talk. I was on Twitter. It's like everyone's just there.
Yeah.
So then some dude was like, "You should make a track about what was my first one? I think it was the Kakashi one." And then you should do a track about Kakashi, and I did it. And then I got put onto the cipher, and then after that it was just nonstop. And the thing with them is they drop music. They drop a video every week. So every Thursday I was dropping. That's why my catalog's so big. Every Thursday I was dropping a new video.
That's crazy. And right now, like, what, you just kind of like stopped, or?
Yeah, right now I stopped. I still got a couple. I have like 3 or 4 things that I have done. I just haven't released, and then I've been writing a little bit here and there. But as far as like actually recording it and stuff, also because I moved and I'm still setting everything up, you know.
Oh, right.
But I'll get back to it, and it'll be good. It's just getting back to it, you know.
Yeah. Nah, I get that for sure. Yeah, like for me, like one of the last records that I released right before I moved was Pope Francis. We put that record, no lie, we wrote the record, recorded it, filmed the video, probably in like maybe like a 2-3 week span. You know, and it's kind of crazy the way the timing to that whole record came about, but we put the record together like really fast, and then that was the last record I released before moving out here. I also have records that I haven't released, but I've kind of been like just kind of so tied into like the podcast. You know what I'm saying? And like low key, like radio was kind of like a thing that I wanted to get into, like before music, before, you know, rapping. And then when I started with the podcast, it kind of like, you know, because I've interviewed, you know, a few names. I'm not sure if you've heard of Spanky Loco, Reverie, Il Mascaras. I've interviewed Don Diablo.
They're all like bigger Mexican artists and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Reverie is like well, she's a female artist. She raps.
Oh wait,
Kinda.
I think I've heard of her because I think I seen her during a MC Magic concert. If I'm not mistaken, she was opening up for him.
Yeah.
And I think I followed her on Instagram when I saw her performance because I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. She's actually the first interview that kicked off El Imperio TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. She was actually the very first interview. You know, a couple other people I've interviewed, but not like this, not like in a podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty dope because it kind of makes you feel kind of just like free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like talk your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't feel as like because you know when it looks too or when it feels too professional, you kind of like tone it down or don't say what you want to say. You feel like you need to be a certain way.
Yeah, like it feels too scripted.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, no, definitely the podcast shit is dope. Anything else you want to share with the people? Like where like your socials? Like where can they?
So on everything, Vanquish Soreal, like except for Spotify, is just Vanquish. But on everything, Vanquish Soreal. That's on YouTube, you know, Facebook, everything. And then yeah, I'm on Spotify. The podcast and everything will be also on Spotify. Just gotta get all that set up. But it'll be Too Real For You. That's the name of the podcast. The channel's Too Real TV.
The podcast Too Real For You. When you film it, is it gonna be like a like you know, like a in studio, or is it gonna be where you're like moving?
No, it's gonna be you mean like kind of like this or like like actually moving
like a
around?
set, or is it gonna be like, for example, you go to different locations?
So for the podcast part of it, it's gonna be like a set where like we're there. So I had a couple ideas because you want to try to be different, you know. So I had like ideas of like playing pool while we do it or stuff like that. But I think I'm just gonna stick with sitting down and having a conversation.
Yeah.
And then as far as for the food thing that I want to start doing, that will be out places,
Yeah.
But yeah, I also stream on Twitch every once in a while. I'll get back to it once all my stuff gets settled in. And on Twitch is also Vanquish Soreal. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, I think.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to the rap album. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to hear some dope raps, and I think I could hear that, from what I've already heard from your material. Shout out to Doc, I think from his material also, some serious raps that are definitely always, dope. Yeah, man. Back to the collabs. Like, I really want to see more people collab. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope with this platform we can kind of bring that, to fruition. Definitely, for where hip hop has no borders. I mean, we're all about hip hop, but hip hop is not about being segregated. You know what I'm saying? It's about being united. So. I definitely let's try to everyone shed a little bit of light in that, you know what I'm saying? This way everyone can come together and we can start seeing more collabs. And then maybe we can get in tune with the right people for that move in the city to make city moves where we can get in a dope venue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, during the summertime or whatever, because I seen some nice stages. And I've always been curious about that too, like if there's any like big, like events that happen, or what I'm saying, there's a lot of space to do like a festival, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I went to Live at Leving's. I seen a lot of dope breakdancers, DJs that were like fucking scratching crazy nice, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I seen a lot of dope ass talent, man. Like it's crazy that coming from New York, like you see, there's definitely a lot of talent there too. But then you move to a whole different, I mean, I'm hella far away from home, you know what I'm saying? But then, you're out here, and then you come across a lot of fucking dope ass talent too, and it's like, damn, like it's a different lifestyle out here, just being real. Different environments and shit, but I don't know, there's a lot of great people out here too, you know what I'm saying, dope talent, so let's make some dope moves, man. I think that's definitely, it'll be a good look for the city, it'll be a good look for the culture of hip hop, all hip hop lovers, that enjoy the culture. I think that should be a dope look.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So thank you once again, bro, and fucking, this episode is sponsored by Cultura Aztec, Los MOONCHIES.
Right here.
We got Vanquish, right, with a T. I'm actually wearing one too myself. You know what I'm saying? I got the skull, Mexican skull with the cap, so shout out to Cultura Aztec.
Shout out.
It's the Kid Stranger, El Imperio Records, El Imperio TV, and we are fucking out.
En el aire, mic check 1 2 1 2, mic check 1 2 1 2, mic check 1 2 1 2, now hear me out.